And blessings, family. Sister Ajali, a wonderful brother. I love you, brother, and I have great respect for you. So I didn't mind your criticism of the share I did on Brother Rizza and the rape. It wasn't an allegation, it wasn't an accusation, it was Minister Farrakhan speaking. And you, brother, you, and I'm not using your name because I don't want anyone to think that, I'm coming after you, because I'm not. You had a legitimate grievance, and I respect that. I don't need people to just co-sign everything I say. And you questioned me respectfully, so I appreciate that. Now, what you were stating was that it was a private meeting. I was not in attendance at that private meeting, so I got this information publicly on the web. There was no like announcement at the beginning of it in any way, shape, or form that said, oh, by the way, this is private. If it's on the web, everybody on the planet with a computer and who's hooked up to the internet has access, and thereby addressing it. And I don't know, there's people who don't like me for whatever reason, and those folks, I don't really care. But I know for myself, I do my best to be kind and balanced and objective as I can be, as any individual can be, when you have also your own pre-assumptions, bringing your conclusions into a certain, temperament, a certain consideration. So it's out of respect for the nation that I tone down even my own conclusions. Even though I like to be honest, I also like to be practical and diplomatic. I want our freedom from tyranny to be forever, and I want it right now. But I'm a strategizer. I don't want to just give in to my emotional responses into every single little thought that comes traveling through my head. I'm going to consider my words. I'm going to consider my actions, what I'm doing, even though they shadow ban me into the dusty corner of the internet. What I'm saying is going to have long-lasting implications, because everybody, your voice is powerful, and we undervalue it because these folks put on such a display of peacock pontification that we assume that just even the smallest, considered the smallest person of our community has no significance, and that is so not true at all. And then what I come here to share about Fukushima, that's gigantic. Oh my God. The more I read, the more I know that all of this has got to be directed by Allah himself, because I don't see how it couldn't be. So everything that any of us are doing is a lesson. Either you're going to learn from the lesson or you're going to be the lesson. I'm trying to learn as best I can from the lesson. And I am so grateful for all of those who came before me, who made it possible for me not to quake like someone like our amazing, mighty brother, Khalid Muhammad, who was standing on the shoulders of Elijah Muhammad, who was standing on the shoulders of Master Fard Muhammad, right? So it's all of this has transformed our people planet wide. I love the nation. I would never come at them, but I do not understand just, mindless loyalty, so you don't ask any questions anymore. I know that the nation has just undergone non-stop attacks in all levels of society. So I empathize with the sensitivity that I've encountered in, like I wasn't even questioning anything, and I've just stated certain things and been given like that blowback from whatever individual who didn't necessarily represent the nation. But at the same time, I didn't automatically just, say, whoa, who the heck was that? How dare they? I was like, no, the nation is understandably sensitive. It's not easy to do what you do, and you do it so well. But the same way that you question me, beloved, that ultimately is the right that anyone would have in questioning what's out in the public arena. Because there's a just wisdom that the Honorable Elijah set up, which is being stretched to the margins right now. I know, I have a faith that with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, with everything that I know about Fukushima, if I went to him, he would have said, sister, this is what I want you to do. Study more. Bring the facts to our people. But in today's world, I don't know how many times I went to members of the nation and practically begged them to pay attention to what I was saying. Did I talk about RZA because of Fukushima? No, of course not. Obviously, because I haven't gone back to the subject. And was, I think, the very first broadcast that I put on this channel after they took down the bigger ones. And it's like almost 3,000 views. I'm lucky if I get 200 views on a video, but I haven't gone back over the subject. I'm doing this because of your question, which was a legitimate concern on your part that I'm addressing with love. But I didn't highlight anybody in the nation since then again. And I never have, unless I've spoken warmly. I know who you are. I know what you've been to me and my entire life and millions of others. Yet, let's be for real. This isn't a white-run mindset where if you ask any questions, that means you hate. You hate whatever it is you're asking a question about. How we going to run a nation and we're all going to be robotic in our thoughts, deeds, and actions? I understand the nation is a military organization. That is beautiful. Because this war is real. We need you to be disciplined. But outside of that structure, there's real us. And when we see the military that is dedicated to protecting us, not, holding up to the original tenets of its founders, it is our duty as citizens of our new nation to ask some questions. But yeah, I'm being diplomatic. I ain't gonna say what went in through my head right now. But I know when I was examining and analyzing what the minister said, I did so with that deep love that made me say, okay, I got more questions, but I'm going to ask them in a way that is not just spuriously attacking anybody. And I surely didn't do that. All right? So I hope you understand, but no, that wasn't a private meeting. I mean, he may have intended it, but then that means then your security is lax, because most of the meetings, I don't hear a word about them. All right? So I love you. I hope you understand. If you don't, that's okay. Stuff happens in life. All right? All right. That's it. I love you, family. This is my King's website, 25,000 Years Cycle, where we work tirelessly to be of service to you as a rescue. That's just the fact. I ain't joking. It's the time for being too daggone diplomatic. That's over. All right? I love you. Peace and blessings. Straight black family. Pride.